Hello students, till now we studied about different types of simple permanent tissues, that is parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Now let's start with complex permanent tissues, that is xylem and phloem. In this video I am going to explain about xylem. Okay, so complex permanent tissues, that is xylem first. The term xylem is given by the scientist Nageli. So the term xylem is given by the scientist Nageli, and this xylem is also called as hadrome. Hadrome because it is involved in the conduction of water. So it is also called as hadrome, and this term hadrome is given by the scientist Haberland. Haberland. And what are the functions of this xylem? Functions of this xylem are conduction of water, that is water conduction or transport of water conduction, and it also provides mechanical support, but its main function is to conduct water. Mechanical support. And this xylem is made up of 4 components. This xylem is complex permanent tissue. What is complex permanent tissue? Complex tissue is the tissue which is made up of more than one type of cells. So this xylem is made up of 4 types of cells. 4 types of cells. So these 4 types of cells present in xylem are xylem vessels, tracheeds, xylem trachieds. Both of these vessels and tracheeds are together called as tracheary elements. And then xylem parenchyma or wood parenchyma, because xylem constitutes wood. So this is also called as wood parenchyma. And then xylem fibres. Xylem fibres or xylary fibres. Xylem fibres. Right. Now let's make the comparative study of these 4 components of the xylem with respect to some basic features. Okay. So vessels. Vessels are dead cells at maturity, and tracheeds are also dead cells at maturity. Dead. Xylem parenchyma is living cells. It consists of living cells even at maturity. And fibers, xylem fibers are again dead cells at maturity. These are also dead cells at maturity. Okay, next coming to whether they are thick-walled or thin-walled. So these vessels are thick-walled. The wall thickenings are made of lignin. Thick-walled. Tracheeds are also thick-walled, but parenchyma cells are thin-walled. Thin-walled. And then coming to xylem fibers. Xylem fibers are again thick-walled. Cell wall. Next. Okay, coming to whether among all these components, what type of components are present in gymnosperms and what type of components are present in angiosperms. So, in case of gymnosperms, all the 4 components are present except vessels. So vessels are absent in the xylem of gymnosperms. Instead of vessels, the xylem of gymnosperms consists of vessel cells. Vessel cells which are single-celled. Next coming to tracheeds. Tracheeds are present. Then xylem parenchyma is present and xylem fibers are also present. Next coming to angiosperms. In angiosperms, all these 4 components of the xylem are present. All these 4 components of the xylem are present. They are vessels, tracheeds, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers are present. Okay, in case of angiosperms, 90 to 95% of the wood is constituted by tracheeds. So tracheeds constitute 90 to 95% of the wood in case of angiospermic wood. Next, in case of in case of angiosperms, only 5% of the wood is constituted by tracheeds, whereas in case of gymnosperms, 90 to 95% of the wood is constituted. It is made of tracheeds because vessels are absent. Right. So this is about the comparative study of different xylem components, 4 different xylem components with respect to basic features. Now let's study each and every xylem component, that is vessel, tracheids, wood parenchyma or xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers, little bit in detail. Let's start with tracheids first. Xylem trachieds. So trachids are single celled. These are single celled elongated cells with tapering ends. These are single celled elongated cells. Xylem trachieds. These trachids are single celled. They are single celled and they are elongated cells with tapering ends. And these tracheeds are thick walled, where the cell wall is, the cell wall thickenings are made of lignin. So they are thick walled. Hence these are lignified cell walls. Hence the cell walls of these tracheeds are called lignified cell walls. Right. Okay. On the basis of cell wall thickenings, on the basis of arrangement of cell wall thickenings, these tracheeds are of 5 different types. Now let's study the types of tracheeds on the basis of cell wall thickenings, arrangement of cell wall thickenings. They are annular type, spiral type, scalariform type, and then reticulate and pitted type. So annular tracheeds. Annular tracheeds. Annular tracheeds. Okay, let's say this is a tracheed, right? And okay, this is a tracheed. So here these cell wall thickenings are in the form of ring-like structures like this. They are in the form of rings. And hence these are called annular tracheeds or annular thickenings. So this is the thick lignified cell wall. Thick lignified cell wall. When we take the transverse section of this cell wall or longitudinal section of this tracheed, we can observe these thickenings present in the cell wall. Okay, these are annular thickenings. Next, coming to spiral thickenings. Spiral thickenings. Spiral thickenings are in the form of spherical shaped like this. These are called spiral thickenings. Next, coming to scalariform thickenings. Scalariform thickenings. So this is again tracheed. Again this is a tracheed. Scalariform thickenings. These thickenings are in the form of ladder. They are giving the appearance of ladder. Hence, this is called scalariform. Scalariform type of tracheeds or scalariform thickenings. Okay, next, coming to next type, that is reticulate type. So in case of reticulate type of thickenings, they are forming a network inside the cell wall. Like this, they are forming a network. These thickenings are forming a network. Hence these are called These are called reticulate thickenings. Next, coming to pitted type of thickenings. So actually the entire cell wall is highly thickened. Entire cell wall is highly thickened. But at some areas these thickenings are absent. The areas where these thickenings are absent are called as pits. But at some areas thickenings are absent. The areas where these thickenings are absent are called as pits. So these are called pitted thickenings. Okay, among all these 5 types, the first 2 types, that is annular type of tracheids and spiral type of tracheids, are present in primitive type of plants, whereas remaining 3 types are advanced type of thickenings. And among 3 types also, pitted type are more advanced, most advanced type of thickenings, and annular type are more primitive type of thickenings. Okay, so what is the function of those pits present in the pitted type of thickenings? Function of pits is to conduct water from one tracheid to another tracheid. So this is all about tracheids. Now let's start with vessels. Xylem vessels.